What is he?
Oh no, it's Ragiroth Enterprises!
I love to sing about the moon and the June and the spring. I love to sing about a sky of blue or a keyboard too. Anything.
How's it going, everybody? Rich from Ragiroth Enterprises here. Here with the new Soul Calibur 6 video. Doing an E3 prediction on what I think they're going to reveal there. This is both easier and harder than the Mortal Kombat 11 one. Because it's easier because we know the game's definitely happening. It's been announced for some months now, so we don't have to worry about the initial reveal. It's been out. We've been getting some info on it for a while now. I guess the harder thing is they have less of a pattern than NetherRealm Studios does, and this is the first time Soul Calibur's been at E3 since 2011. So it's been 7 years. So they might do things a lot differently since then. A lot can change since then. And I looked, before I recorded this, I looked at what was revealed at E3 for Soul Calibur 5, and all I found was just a trailer of Siegfried, Patroclus, Pyrrha, and Mitsurugi fighting. So I honestly forget who the reveals were there. If someone could remind me, that'd be great. I forget. I guess maybe Mitsurugi, maybe Siegfried. Because I feel like Patroclus and Pyrrha were announced earlier. So yeah, this is a little harder to predict what the specific details will be. I just remember seeing that trailer. I think they'll definitely maybe show off a more cinematic trailer, because we haven't really got one of those since the Draw one, and I guess arguably the first trailer. They didn't really one showing the story or anything like that. So I think that's a possibility. Definitely gonna get more character reveals. I think that's a safe bet. They know that's the thing that everyone always gets the most excited for. And I think it's gonna be at least two. At least, if it's two, I'm gonna say either be a brand new character, because we haven't got a brand new character since after Grow, which is back in January, and either I'm gonna say a Soul Calibur 2 character, because they haven't had any Soul Calibur 2 characters yet. And I'm not saying all of them are gonna be back, but I find it hard to believe they'll bring back at least one of them. And I feel Soul Calibur 2 has a special place in a lot of people's minds, so I think showing a character from that would be a wise choice. On one hand, I want to say Talum. Even though I'm not really a huge fan of Talum, because like Zosimel, she was a very missed character from Soul Calibur 5. Didn't have any of her fighting style or anything like that in the game at all, and she was very requested to come back. So it would maybe be a good time to show her. I personally would like Raphael, and I think it would be easier to fit him in a story because Talum's so damn young already in Soul Calibur 2. It's after Soul Calibur 1. But I don't know, I just think one of the Soul Calibur 2 characters, it's hard to say who. If it's 4 characters, I was also going to say another possibility is if there is another guest character in the base game, it will be revealed at E3, because E3 is usually if there's a guest character in a fighting game, it's going to be revealed at E3, because that's where a bunch of different people are watching. It's going to appeal to different audiences. Ironically, NetherRealm Studios doesn't really reveal guest characters at E3. I guess because they're usually DLC, and DLC usually doesn't get revealed at E3 that much, at least when they're not, at least not when they're doing it. But just something I noticed. But I think Geralt is probably just the only guest character in the base game. Maybe they'd have Ciri, maybe 2B or something. I highly doubt it though. I think if we're getting another guest character, it's going to be DLC. But if we're getting 4 characters, alright, say we get new character, Soul Calibur 2 character, I feel like the other 2 are probably just going to be very safe bets that have been in every game, and we all expected probably Maxi, Astaroth, or Voldo. I'd say they're probably the 3 remaining Soul Calibur 1 characters that have been confirmed that we know are coming at some point. I think another exciting character that could be revealed at E3 that I guess would fall under maybe fall under a different category, but his characters have not been in the game in a long time. And for me personally, and I could see maybe it happening, is Wang, who was in Soul Calibur 1, so it's he would fit to be in this game, because he was around in Soul Calibur 1. Yun Sung wasn't a fighter yet, and I think that would make a lot of people happy, especially me. But I don't know, it's a possibility. I unfortunately don't think it's too likely, but I do think it is a possibility. I think probably a Soul Calibur 2 character, or safe Soul Calibur 1 characters, or like a new character are more likely. And I think just like the MK11 one, I think this would be kind of a nice balance of types of reveals you can do, not just like all super safe characters, not all like, you know, unexpected hype building characters, which I mean, I think most of us would want that, but we know they want to, you know, space it out a bit. And I know, like, even if they didn't reveal that much of the Soul Calibur 5 one at E3 2011, we have to consider that that was much, the gap between that and when Soul Calibur 5 came out was much bigger than probably the gap E3 to when Soul Calibur 6 comes out, because Soul Calibur 6 is supposed to come out this year. Soul Calibur 5 was coming out the year after that, E3, you know, early 2012. And I would like to say, I'd like to say they'll finally talk about create a character, because they've like teased it, but they've like said nothing about it whatsoever. So I feel like E3 would be a good place to like maybe show that off, show new features, show how it looks, just kind of confirm, you know, we're getting it back. Something like that. I think so. Yeah, I think a cinematic reveal, new character reveals, character creation, that would be like perfect. I mean, like, yeah, you know, for me it would depend on what characters are revealed and maybe like what modes are talked about, because you know that's a thing we're all kind of wanting to see. Like, you know, we're kind of being hinted that it's gonna have better single player content on like 5 and maybe 4, but it's like, you know, we'd like to actually see that instead of it just being kind of told to us, you know, because it's I think game developers tend to do. It's like they say these things are happening, you know, they're not very specific, but they kind of say it vaguely enough that we believe it, and you know, when the game comes out, it's like, oh, this isn't really what we were thinking we were getting. But yeah, I know it's not as much as like I got for the MK11 one. It is a little harder for me to predict this one, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think is going to be revealed for Soul Calibur 6? I mean, unlike Mortal Kombat 11, we know something's definitely going to happen for Soul Calibur 6. There's no way, especially because I think it explains why, you know, the info is kind of not come as frequently. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. It's a free country. If you've liked and watched some of my other videos before, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. Again, it's a free country, but still. And don't forget to check out my friend Ragiroth in the description below. As I always say, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.